This might shock you. Your brain is making decisions 7 seconds before you think you did. And the brain scans, the decisions show up before you're even aware you made them. So let me ask you this. If life is a game, who's holding your controller? Because it's probably not your conscious mind, it is actually your subconscious mind. I used to think I am in control too, until life really proved me otherwise. I was laying in bed in London running my startup, thinking I have the life I always wanted, just to realize I feel empty inside and stressed and something is going on. I felt like I am playing the game of someone else. I didn't feel fulfilled. And that's when I noticed something is really off in my life. When I was 15, I did my first internship with a psychiatrist. I was so fascinated by the mind, by emotions, by why people choose to suffer. But honestly, my own training started much earlier. I grew up inside my parents' doctor's office, surrounded by illness, aging, and emotional pain every day. You are not lazy or broken. You're running an old code that helped you to survive. In my old home, emotions were in a way unpredictable. I never really knew which version of a person I was going to get. So I learned to listen to the unspoken, to the deeper layers, the tension behind a smile, the silence that said more than words. I didn't know it then, but I was learning to read the nervous system, the subconscious mind. It was the best training ground ever. Fast forward to age 18, I gave my final A-level presentation on free will. Does it exist? That's when I found the neuroscience research showing our brain already chooses before we consciously decide. And that was the start of blowing everything open for me. It's not just discipline or rational thinking driving our lives. It's the deeper layers, the subconscious and the nervous system. This is what I now call the controller in the Neuro-Game that I developed. It holds your thoughts, your habits, your emotional patterns, your survival responses, most of which were wired into you before the age of 7 or inherited from your ancestors. What if you are living out the survival pain that isn't even yours? Science shows that we carry around 7 generations through our DNA and the subconscious. That's 7 generations of war, suppressed emotions, loveless marriages, burnout as a badge of worth, safety linked to control the performance, and so much more. So if you feel stuck, disconnected, or you're like constantly hustling to just feel enough, that completely makes sense. And this is the reason why you're not broken. You're just running an old code, an old script. We really want to be in what I call the win zone, to really live our life from our hearts and fulfill our desires. But most people are stuck what I call the robot zone. Wake up, think the same thoughts, feel the same stress, react to the same triggers. Go to bed tired, repeat. Maybe watch Netflix in between, scroll a bit. It's familiar, it's automatic. And the controller says, this is safe, don't change. But this is not living, that's surviving, definitely not thriving. You've been doing everything right, but you're still exhausted. This is why. The real reason is this. Your nervous system doesn't feel safe with the life that you truly want from your heart. It's coded to stay small, to avoid rejection, to cling to certainty. There was a time also for me when I kept attracting emotionally unavailable partners. Charming, intense, but then deep down unsafe. Partners who mirrored what I had seen and felt in my old home. Love mixed with chaos in a way. So part of me though really wanted connection, but the controller kept pulling me into these old dynamics until I finally became aware of it, until I saw it. This was the loop, a survival pattern, an emotional trap written by past survival and past pain, maybe even of generations before me. You can't think your way into freedom. You have to rewire your system. You have to start really playing your own game. The conscious mind is just the tip of the iceberg. The prefrontal cortex, this is where the logic sits, your willpower. And even more power lies in the amygdala, the basal ganglia, and your nervous system. Your body literally decides what feels safe before you can think. That's why your goals keep getting blocked by fear, suddenly feeling tired, self-doubt, feeling disrespected. I created level 0 of the Neuro-Game exactly for this moment. When you realize you're not crazy or broken, but there's something deeper going on. It almost feels like you're playing someone else's game. Level 0 is the awakening. It's the awareness of the game that is really playing. This is your reset button. It's not about pushing harder. It's about waking up. It's a secret mission for you. It's a 3-day experience, just maximum 15 minutes a day, to really help you understand what's really driving your decisions. Notice your personal robot zone and actually your real win zone, to reconnect you to your energy, peace, and clarity, to start taking back your controller. You don't need more effort, really you don't. You need a system shift. If this landed for you, if you're tired of trying to think positive while your body still feels tired and drained, stuck, maybe disconnected, then level 0 of the Neuro-Game is your next move. You are already player 1. It's time to wake up from the old version of life and start designing the one that actually lights you up from your heart. Your future self is already waiting in the win zone. So let's get you there. The link is below, just click on it. And in the comments, tell me, where in your life are you stuck in the robot zone? Let's bring the controller back home. The game is on.